Well, hello! It's time for another exciting episode of Pens in Use. This is the show where I talk about the fountain pens and inks I've been using throughout the week. And in this case, 3 weeks, because I've taken the last 2 weeks off. But here I am. So let's take a look at some pens. If videos like this interest you, where I talk about fountain pens both new and old and at all price points, I would invite you to subscribe. And hey, I got a couple of things for you down in the video description. One of them, until next week, I have a Q&A that I'm going to be doing, and I'm still collecting questions for that, so feel free to submit your question. It's in the video description. If you'd like to enter my giveaway, I will talk about that after the pens, so feel free to do that as well. So let's take a look at some pens. Alright, so these are the pens from left to right. I have a Cross Townsend. I have a PenBBS 487. I have a PenBBS 355. I have a Moonman M700, Lamy 2000, Jinhao 100, Waterman Carene, and a Kaweco Dia 2. Probably the first time in forever that I haven't had a vintage pen in the mix. So let's see how they write. So my first pen is this Cross Townsend. I bought it last spring and I've used it pretty extensively since then. It hasn't appeared on the channel till now. I finally filmed the talking part of the video in October. You know, the writing part, of course, was last spring. But yeah, I like it. It's sharp looking and not sorry I bought it at all. So we got a Cross Townsend with a medium nib, and ink in it is Sailor Jentle Grenade. Good luck finding this ink in stores right now. I bought a bottle when they re-released it a couple of years ago, but they have pulled all of these off the market again, which is unfortunate. I enjoy them. So I think what's going to happen is Sailor will just continue to release them occasionally as a special event. So stock up when they do that, I guess. Of course, they're in those awful Sailor bottles that are so flat. Just take a quick look at the beautiful nib. I am thrilled with this pen. Didn't expect to be. It was a gamble. But after I'd purchased that Cross Wanderlust, I thought, you know, I'm going to give one of their better pens a chance. My next pen you last saw with a different nib in it. Last time I had my Stipula T-Flex nib in it. I wasn't super thrilled with the results. So I replaced it with a NemoSign nib, which is an improvement over what it had. And I'm unscrewing it because I gotta release this little seal here. You put a seal in your pen? Yeah. So, kind of a neat pen. It's like the Conid bulk filler, not COVID. It's just an old filling mechanism. It's not new to either company. You know, people wanted to say this is knocking off on the Conid bulk filler, but it really wasn't. And honestly, Conid isn't even selling pens right now. I don't know what's going on with them or if they will resume selling pens. That was always a pen I thought maybe I would get. It was on my maybe list. So, oh shoot, I've got about 3 minutes of battery left on the camera. All of a sudden it went from 33 to 3. But anyway, I put a NemoSign. Yeah, that's a NemoSign nib. I don't know why I wrote Goulet broad. But let me get my charger hooked in here, or this video will end. And since I've already delayed pens in use so much, I don't think that would go over real well. There we go. Alrighty, so now I gotta think. PenBBS. Oh, you know what? PenBBS 355. Wow. NemoSign. 0.6 millimeter nib. Because I put a NemoSign nib in it. I don't know what the difference was, but plugging in that cord really made the screen brighter on my preview. So, I said when I listed my pens earlier, I was wrong. So, this ink is... Yeah, I was wrong. Wow. This ink... I laid them in the tray backwards. Okay, I did have everything right. The ink in this one is Noodler's Blue Nose Bear. Which is been pretty well behaved in this pen. The only thing is it's supposed to have a nice halo effect with bright blue halo where it kind of feathers, but I have never seen... well, I shouldn't say never, but I don't often see that effect. You know, the thing with Nathan Tardif, the maker of all the Noodler's inks, is he's kind of an artist and sometimes values things that maybe you or I would never even think of. Okay, my next pen is what I was trying to write. It's the PenBBS 387. No, 487. This one's a magnetic filler. It's kind of been sitting here for a while. And this week I just picked it up and started writing with it again. The ink in it is Pelikan, Edelstein, Onyx. And I forgot to write the name of the nib. The nib is supposed to go there because I'd already written the name of the nib. So we'll just put the nib where the ink is supposed to be. This is with a Goulet broad nib. And I think, again, massive improvement over what was in the pen. So, I've turned 2 pens, and soon to show you 2 more, from to So, the nib is a powerful piece of your pen. Alright, my next pen is the lovely and exotic Moonman M700. Which has a Stipula nib in it. I've never been able to make this nib work in a Stipula pen, but it's wonderful in this pen. I have not found a nib that's wonderful in the Stipula. So I don't know what's up with the Stipula, except I've determined it's not the nib. So this is a Stipula T-Flex. Of course, it's used up now, but I had my... my other, because I traded for a second one of these nibs, I had my other nib in a Noodler's Conrad, and you know, you probably well, I haven't used a Noodler's Conrad in a long time, and boy, I made that pen fun. The ink in this is Quizzy, which is a Polish ink, Menthol Green. I ordered this bottle from I forgot to do the color swatch for the one up above. I ordered a bottle of, I don't remember what, but it was definitely not a green, from Van S Pens. And I got this instead, so I emailed them, sent them a photograph, and they said, I'll keep the bottle. And they sent me the correct bottle. But, you know, it was I mean, I would expect that it would cost more to send the ink back than it would be to, you know, just let me keep it. But that was a nice gesture. Okay, we'll do the swatch with my Edelstein Onyx while I'm here. So, anyway, I don't know that I've had a bad experience with any retailer, in the pen world. A few I've been a little disappointed in, But nothing, that I would feel the need to rage about it here. Plus, I don't like to rage against businesses anyway. It's just not what I do. It's like, I don't buy pens I know I'm going to hate, because why would I do that? Just to give them a bad review. So this is my, I thought I had a crack there, but it was just a piece of dust. This is my Lamy 2000. Years ago, I reviewed a kind of look-alike pen to the Lamy 2000, made with Macrolon and everything. And, of course, I did a first impression on it. And what's the cap do? Cracked right here. So I haven't bothered with that company ever again. Fine. And the ink in it is Pelikan. I was having a lot of trouble getting this pen to write about a month ago. Usually I take it apart, I clean it out at Christmas. But I was having so much trouble with it that I ended up flushing it with water, cleaning it totally, and all my problems were solved. And of course, why would this pen have that problem? The problems? Because I use it so much. And unlike most years, I usually give it the summer off. But last year I used it all summer because I was carrying different pens to school during the whole COVID thing. Then I could leave them at school and have these other pens at home. So yeah, it probably went, I don't know, I bet it was inked up for over a year. And the nib tines do fill up with junk. They just kind of scrape it up off the paper. I'm going to have to edit a lot of throat clearing out of this. I don't know why. I went outside for a few minutes. I came back in, and it's just like all of a sudden my nose is filling up. What changed from this morning? I went outside for a few minutes. And it's not even that cold out, so I don't like it will be. So I don't get it, but whatever. This is a Jinhao 100. I think that's a sharp-looking design. It kind of reminds me of Aurora 88 came in a veneer finish, which was supposed to be Venus, which really should be a murky yellow, but it's a pinkish thing like this instead. I don't have the channel money built up to buy an Aurora 88 right now, so I didn't. But yeah, this fall I got tempted into buying this pen because it was so pretty. And then I put this NemoSign re-entry nib in it, which, NemoSign, if you're listening, I'd love you to bring out these re-entry nibs. I promise I would buy probably several full sets, because I enjoy how they look so much. So this one is, what is it? Oh, it's a fine. Well, no wonder it's writing so fine. Wow, I'm slow. Okay. Sorry, NemoSign fine. I'll be curious, too, over the years to see how well this finish lasts, but I think it's so good looking. The ink in it is named after one of my favorite fruits/vegetables, Atramentis, Aubergine. I didn't grow up eating eggplant. I just kind of fell into it because I wanted to try something new in my garden one year, and I tried growing eggplant, and it turns out they're kind of fun and versatile. Sometimes they call it the poor man's meat, but whatever. I enjoy them. And it's kind of a thrill to me to see them growing. And I've had to get creative to come up with recipes to use them, but my new discovery this past summer was baba ganoush, which I'd never tried making before, or eaten before. That just, that garden has made me a better cook. Probably too good of a cook, because I eat my own cooking then I get fat, but I guess I'd rather eat my own cooking than restaurant cooking. My second to last pen is this beautiful Waterman Carene. I bought a used version, and first thing I had to do, this piece here and the nib were not aligned, so I had to align them, which involves quite a lot of trial and error. You have to unscrew this part right here, which I did demonstrate in my video, which is you can find the link to in the video description. But once I got that fixed, I liked it. And then, of course, I found the pen with a medium nib, but I'm now using a broad nib because I was able to find one. It's kind of hard to find these with a broad nib. I ended up buying it from a British retailer. But all in all, I wonder if that is ancient copper. That almost looks more like autumn oak. Because ancient copper is kind of a redder ink. Kind of looks like Noodler's, shoot, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, Noodler's has an ink that's kind of like ancient copper, but it doesn't crust the way ancient copper does, but it also has that problem some Noodler's inks have where it doesn't dry, and I cannot remember what it's called right now. Okay, love it when that happens. And my last pen, I can't remember what channel it was or if it was a pen pal, but anyway, I got talked into inking this puppy up. This is my Kaweco Dia 2. Because I've got one pen pal that keeps trying, or it's a viewer maybe, keeps trying to encourage me anyway to get a Kaweco Supra. Maybe. I don't know. In the meantime, I do own this. Kaweco Dia 2. Has a broad nib in it. And the ink in it is Private Reserve. Shoreline Gold. Which is, I don't know that that's Shoreline Gold, but then I live in North Dakota, so, you know, it's not like I've got an ocean out there to check the color with. I do like the color, though. And maybe they're even talking about sunset. Who knows? You know, a lot of these inks, when they give them a name, aren't even meant to evoke a certain color. Sometimes they just give them names to evoke emotions or associations. So, like Noodler's does that a lot. All right, so those are the pens and inks I've been using the last 3 weeks. Some of them actually sat for a long time, and then I re-inked, or then I just pulled them up. Oh, you still write. So these are the only pens I have inked up right now. I do have a largish collection that need to be cleaned sitting beside my sink, but that's another story. So yeah, this is what I'm down to. So it's exciting. But if you've stuck around this long, it's because of my promise of a giveaway. So let's talk about the giveaway. So I'm doing a first on this channel. Years ago, I almost did a giveaway. Then I got scared of kind of international, different laws and stuff in different states and different countries. I had this fear of Canadian Mounties doing a raid across the border, arresting me, dragging me to one of their gulags in northern Saskatchewan, over a giveaway. So I didn't end up doing it, but I'm doing it this time. And what I'm giving away, I just decided to take my last check from YouTube. Instead of putting it toward a pen for me, I'm going to put it toward a variety of prizes for you. So I'm going to real quick talk about what the prizes are, and then a summary of the rules, and then the rules themselves and how to enter is all listed down below. One of the possible prizes, Lois Lenski's Prairie School, which takes place in a small town north of McLaughlin, South Dakota. This is the book that put North Dakota in my head. Another possible prize is Lois Reimer's Hattie, She Was Wired Differently. This is about the editor of the Rame, North Dakota newspaper for many years. Very interesting story, and not one you would expect in North Dakota. I have various pen prizes of at least these 4. One of them is from Birmingham Pens. The other 3 are Chinese, but There may be more pens in that, we'll see, but minimum of those 4. The movie The Rider, which was filmed in and around McLaughlin, South Dakota, starring all actors and actresses who were people who live right now in McLaughlin, South Dakota. Okay, yeah, I know it's not where I live, but it's close. You can get there from here. So, and then I thought something else that might be fun is I do photography on the side. Mostly I do sports photography of the local high school, and no, none of them are going to be in the prizes. But I do some landscape photography too. So now the people who win a photograph get to pick. In the video description, I'll have a link to the Evernote page for this, where I have pen close-ups. I'm also going to have close-ups of all the photographs that are possible prizes. So that's the only one where you get to pick. But anyway, I thought it would be fun, and I actually had an offer of help, which is why one of the reasons this is limited to U.S. viewers only. There was a person who, I don't know if they want their name identified, so I'll just keep that quiet. But they offered to pay. They were asking if I had a Patreon or a YouTube membership or anything like that. And I was like, no, because I feel weird about asking people for money for what's basically just a hobby for me. And but then I don't know why I mentioned this giveaway to this person, but I did, and they said, I would like to pay the shipping for all your prizes. And I thought, I can deal with that, because for one thing, it makes me able to offer a lot more prizes out of that pool of money that came from YouTube. And for another, I don't feel like I'm personally benefiting from it. So thank you for offering to do this for my channel. I appreciate it, and I'm able to offer more prizes, so that's kind of fun. So I don't want to go through all the rules, but basically US only, 1 entry per person. You will be sending me an email to enter, but I made a temporary email address to deal with this. All those emails will not be shared, and they will be deleted after February. I said February because I want to be sure all prizes are delivered, just in case I have to contact somebody. But that email and all the prize emails entries will be deleted, because I'm not in the habit of collecting information. I will contact you, so you basically have until Friday, my time, so December 29th. That doesn't sound right. Did I say December 29th? Yes, I did. December 29th, 2021. I don't remember. Oh, I know why I picked that day, because I wanted to be able to mail out the prizes. Okay. Figured it out. I make sense. But anyway, I will contact you after I've picked the winners, which will just be done by a random number generator. So I'll have all the emails listed in order received, and I'll have all the prizes written out. So prize 1 is Hattie. She was wired differently. I'm just saying that as an example. And then I'll go to my random number generator. 53. So I go to email number 53. Congratulations, you're a winner. And I'm just going to go through it like that. And anyway, you'll have 24 hours to give me your mailing address, which again, I'll keep until February just in case something happens. After that, it's all deleted. But yeah, 1 entry per person. Multiple entries will just be ignored. I did put in that winners are responsible for any duties or fees, but I think since this is now limited to the U.S. because somebody else is paying the shipping, I don't think that will be an issue. But prizes, well, I've been through the prizes. And then, yeah, that's pretty much my giveaway. So I have a link in the video description to the rules for the giveaway. I'm not a lawyer. I'm doing this for fun. So, I'm doing this as a way to give back to my viewership in some small way. So, I don't want any hurt feelings over this. I just want it to be a fun reward for a few people. So, anyway, that's the giveaway. That's the big exciting thing that you've all been waiting 3 weeks for. I'm doing a giveaway. So you might get some of my photography, you might get a pen, you might get a book, or you might get a movie. So those are the options. I'm just going to mention, I wrote down a couple of other things. I've got a few days here where I can just kind of relax at home. And yeah, I'm going to work on some school stuff. I'm going to work on some house stuff, but I'm also going to work on some channel stuff, get some videos made. I'm looking at doing some more videos. Of course, I've got the Q&A video coming soon. I'm going to do some different comparison type videos. So I realized years ago, I briefly tried doing IGTV videos, which was a fail because I hated it. But I still do photography there. That's about it. But I always made those comparison videos, but they were in vertical format. So I thought, why not start doing that here, especially since I haven't been buying many pens lately. So that might be kind of a fun way to, broaden what I do on this channel. Comparisons often do well, especially when you're compared to the normal pen that I review, which is vintage East German stuff that nobody knows. Driving videos are going to come back, so I'll tell you why I stalled. I'll be honest. And this is before I ever heard of COVID, I was driving to Minot, North Dakota for a very nice class. In fact, I did a Pens on the Road filmed in Minot. But I had the driving footage. Basically, I can't remember where it started. I want to say Highway 200. But anyway, I kind of went across Highway 200, then up to Turtle Lake, which is a town I used to live in, and then continued north and kind of stalled there. The reason I stalled, I saw the ugly side of Minot in the news. Minot has this thing where they'll fly different flags along with the U.S. flag in front of City Hall. So they did, veterans of foreign wars and whatever. One of the flags they did was a rainbow flag, which, if you don't know, that has to do with gay pride. And they made a mistake, and they freely admit it was a mistake. They ordered one that was larger than the U.S. flag, which is a big no-no. So, yeah, that was a mistake. But they quickly realized their mistake and replaced it with one that was more appropriately sized. But they had a city council meeting, and they do public comment during these city council meetings. And let's just say some of the ugliest people, and I mean ugly personality-wise, not physical appearance, some of the ugliest people in the Minot area came out to talk at this and comment and share their ugliness at this meeting. In fact, I felt bad. There was one woman there who wanted to comment about property tax and how her house was zoned wrong. And I think she was like, oh my God, why am I here? I just want to go home. Because she was clearly not ready for this. And just attacking everybody on the board, the city council. One of the members, which is a lesbian. And she finally got her shot in with this guy that, he was quite something. But anyway, I just thought, I'm getting to Minot, and I'm going to have to reference this. And yeah, that put a stall on it. But I got this weird mental thing where if I start a road trip, I've got to finish it before I can go on to another road trip. So I couldn't just let it go. So I'm going to do a road trip probably to Velva, wherever it stops. That book by Chinua Achebe inspired me to do a video. And then I'm going to talk about some of the changes due to the oil industry in another video. And then, I'm going to address the ugliness. I haven't figured out how, but I'm going to do it. And then I'll be to Minot, and I'll be ready to start a new road trip. Hopefully one that's... well, so far none of the others have any of that ugly baggage to go with them, so I'll be ready to do that. But Anyway, I thought that was... that's just a weird mental thing of mine that I can't just drop a road trip and go on to another one. I got to finish it. So, sometimes I'll pick and choose where I finish them, but anyway, so that's really what stalled my driving videos, is that horrible event in Minot. So, we'll just get that one done with, and I'll move on free and clear. So, and I have several hikes yet to film. So, well, they're filmed, edit together, so I will do that. I got Painted Canyon, I've got Devil's Bathtub, and I haven't decided yet if I want to do something with my driving / short hiking footage from Medora, but I might, so we'll see. But anyway, and then I just, looking at my video description, I realized there's a random link I put in there, Biomass Power Hertz, Mississippi. That's when I had good intentions of doing a video last week and just didn't get to it. It's an interesting article about a company in the UK trying to get environmental credit, carbon neutral stuff and all that, by using wood cut down and processed in Mississippi, because apparently they don't get the cost against them environmentally if they do it in a different country. And of course, Mississippi, if you don't know Mississippi, is not a particularly wealthy state. So sometimes these companies will go in and prey on the small towns that don't have a lot of money and have high poverty, high unemployment, and put in a heavily polluting industry like this. Meanwhile, they get to look good in the UK according to UK laws. So I just found it interesting. And of course, I have probably mentioned that most of my family is into forestry. I'm just the weirdo who prefers machines. But anyway, I just found it interesting because of that family connection too. So that's why that's there. But anyway, enter the contest if you feel so inclined. I will respect your privacy. Feel free to enter a question. I'm up to 17 or 18 questions right now, which is definitely enough for a video, but I said I would leave it open till a certain date, so I'm doing that. And yeah, I've been slowly filming answers, not as rapidly as I thought I would, but I've been doing it. So I look forward to editing that together. Hopefully it ends better than last year's where I don't destroy a camera, but a lot of it has actually been filmed. Well, anyway, we'll let you find out. It'll be a little bit more random than the last one. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good holiday. Look forward to me doing our Festival of Lights again. I'm hoping to get down there and film that tomorrow night because there's supposed to be some snow tonight, so I'm kind of waiting till we have enough snow for it to look good. And yeah, and I think I will see you again before the new year, so if I don't, we'll see you when I see you. But anyway, I want to thank... Ooh, I was going to sneeze there. I want to thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.